Part 14. Yang Mi, My Daughter Catches Ghosts. Scared millions of viewers. Author, Tianyi Madman. Chapter 131. On the sixth day, Master Lu in red pierced the sky with an arrow and let the energy of chaos escape. Yang Mi, Master Lu, Lu Yifei, Tang Yan, Bai Lu, Zhao Liang, and Dili Riba all had new names. The seven fairies of Suanmen. From the very beginning when Suanmen was established, to when they became the deputy masters of Suanmen, and now to the current seven fairies of Suanmen. In fact, it is all the Chinese netizens in the live broadcast room who are adding fuel to the flames. They didn't take it seriously at first. But slowly, all the major sects and families in China announced that they would join Suanmen and become branches or residents. They were even given lists of personnel from various sects, rubbings of secret techniques and so on, as a form of application for joining Suanmen. They have to take it seriously. Boss Yang Mi and Yang were the first to set up their own personal studio and managed it in an orderly manner. He was elected by several people and temporarily led Suanmen on behalf of Zhou Yi. Yang Mi did not refuse and directly changed the name of the live broadcast room of Parent-Child Travel Diary to Suanmen Live Room. Wang Zhenjiao and others naturally had no objections to this. Zhou Yi was originally their big boss behind the scenes, and Yang Mi and others were the boss ladies. It's not normal for your own program to change its name. The key is 897. Now the whole of China is a Suanmen. How could Wang Zhenjiao and others miss this great opportunity? They have also become the outer disciples of the Suanmen, thinking all day long whether they can please Boss Yang and others. It would be better for them to be promoted within Suanmen and become inner disciples or something. The deputy sect leader said that they wanted to change their names. They immediately implemented it, even the introduction of the live broadcast room, various materials, and so on. Changed it, and created a brand new official website for Suanmen. Suanmen. It became the first and only sect organization in China that was established on the internet and did not even have a mountain section. Wrong. To be precise, there is only one organization in China now. That is Suanmen. The entire land of China is where Suanmen is based. The enthusiasm of netizens did not stop there. They were disciples of the outer sect of Suanmen. Various help in designing Suanmen's logo, Suanmen's unified dress, Suanmen disciples' ranks, and even the functions of each branch of Suanmen. It's simply not too lively. And let alone mention it, as a huge country, China has more people and more strength. The crowd's imagination and creativity are also endless. In the past few days, a series of structures of Suanmen are all created in a stylish way. It has become a real super sect. Once you open the official website, the first thing that catches the eye is a big one logo that evolved from the ancient Chinese character Xian. After clicking on it, what appeared were Yang Mi, Dili Riba, Lu Yifeng and other seven deputy sect leaders, dressed in ancient costumes, like a group photo of the descendant of an immortal. This is also the origin of the names of the seven fairies of Suanmen. They are also the image spokespersons of Suanmen. Next, there is the structural diagram of the entire Suanmen. Master of Suanmen, Zhu Yi. Deputy Masters of Suanmen, Yang Mi, Lu Yifei, Lu Shishi, Zhao Liang, Tang Yan, Dili Riba, Bai Lu. Suanmen Saints, Zhou Shio, Zhou Shii. Behind it are the headquarters of Suanmen's major branches. What are the Kunlun Mountain Branch Residents, Longhu Mountain Branch Residents, Huashan Branch Residents, Emeishan Branch Residents, etc. Continue to look deeper, including various training books, combat techniques, and so on. But at this time, it is necessary to strengthen real name authentication, or even to log in by swiping your face. This day, Yang Mi, Dili Riba, Lu Shishi, and others, were sitting together, watching the exquisite design of Suanmen's official website. He does not hesitate to praise the creative aesthetics of the general public. Mr. Kong Yunzheng is currently the great elder of Suanmen outer sect. There is also the Suanmen Longhu mountain branch, the great elder Zhang Jiwei, Zhang Laotianji and others. He hurried in from outside. They all look very ugly. They brought a piece of bad news that everyone expected. After hearing it, they still couldn't calm down. There are practitioners from other countries, coveting China and preparing to invade China. And this time, they still blatantly announced that they were going to invade China. And this country has not occurred to many people. That is Outer Mongolia Drum Country. As the beneficiary closest to the location where the energy of chaos overflows. The Outer Mongolia Drum Kingdom now has 3 powerful men who are above the innate and capable of breaking the delusion realm. The reason why they are the first to be unable to sit still. It's because they know it deeply. Nowadays, for them, Wei Mongolia Drum, the advantage is the biggest. If other countries catch up, Outer Mongolia Drum will return to its previous embarrassing position. And if you want to continue to maintain this advantage, then there is only one way. Get more energy, secret treasures, and books. Where are these things? China. In the hands of Zhou Yi's wife and children. There are many top quality spiritual stones and treasures, and there are even spiritual veins. Although when Master Lu transformed into the form of the red nightshade, the scene of an arrow breaking through the sky was very shocking, and the little Kuri in the Pohuan realm of Asin Kingdom was also killed instantly by an arrow. But after carefully studying the live broadcast, they had already discovered some clues. That transformation form of Lu Shishi consumes a huge amount of energy. The most she could do was shoot that arrow. And without her transformed form, the Chinese cultivators were all in the innate realm. Even one of the 3 of them who was above the innate realm in the delusion realm was shot to death by Master Lu in red. The remaining 2 can still easily control the entire Chinese cultivation world. Moreover, this is only the worst case scenario. The strength of the 3 innate masters of the Pohu realm is beyond imagination. Working together, they might not be able to block the arrow from Master Lu in red. They might even not give her a chance to transform. Besides, to be on the safe side, Outer Mongolia did not take direct action. They spread the news first. At 12 noon tomorrow, a challenge will be launched to the Chinese cultivation world. Naturally, they are not doing this for the sake of moral principles. The euphemistic name is to give the Chinese cultivation world, that is, the Chinese Suanmen, a time to prepare. In fact, they are sending out flares to practitioners from other countries. We all have to take action. Are you still prepared to stand by and watch? At that time, if the things are snatched away, they will all be stolen by us. 0. If we take action together now, everyone can still get a share of the pie. As expected. As this signal bomb from Outer Mongolia was released, the cultivator forces from other countries surrounding China also became commotion. Top quality spiritual stones, various cultivation books, secret combat techniques. Who wouldn't be jealous? If we really let Wei Mengu take the lead, perhaps the world's pattern will change in the future because of this. Although in this era, Outer Mongolia has only been independent for a few decades. In the world map, it is a small transparency. But don't forget, they used to be famous for being brave and good at fighting. If they were allowed to be the only family, the consequences could be disastrous. Damn it! Are the Mongolian drums going to beat us? Did they eat the heart of a bear and the gall of a leopard? Seriously. I never expected that the first person to take action would be the Outer Mongolian drummers. There are no tigers in the mountains, but the monkey is the king. This Outer Mongolian drum was originally our Chinese territory, but now it actually wants to rebel. Yes. How could they have gone out on their own if the Speed Alliance, the predecessor of the Rice Country and the Maoxiong Country, hadn't interfered and frightened old Chiang Kai-shek so much that he didn't dare to act rashly? All I can say is that this curse is a bit strange. A little thing who has become independent can actually break the curse and appear in the realm of breaking the delusion. And more than one of them appeared. But 3. What are you afraid of? We have Master Lu in red. He can break the sky with one arrow, and he can directly string the 3 of them into a candied house in Poluan realm. Upstairs, you are too optimistic. Goddess Lu Shishi's transformation is obviously limited, right? Otherwise, they might have fought it long ago. It can also give them a chance to rebel. Damn it, seeing that China is weak, you keep bullying us, right? I'm so angry. Horse riding. It's a pity that I have only just acquired the 6th level. Now that I have so much spiritual energy, if I can be given another month or 2 to practice, maybe I can advance to the innate level 2.9. Who says it's not the case? If we all advance to the innate level, even if we can't do it, we can still go around behind them and launch a sneak attack. The worst thing is that we will die together. Impossible. Even if the outer Mongolian drummers don't jump out, practitioners from other countries will not tolerate our cultivation speed. The one who is riding a horse is so angry. In the live broadcast room, all the Chinese people and Suanmen disciples. They were all filled with indignation and cursed angrily. But it's of no use at all. No matter how fast the Suanmen disciples practice and how quickly they advance. Now it's just like the last 5 or 6 levels. For those innately powerful people, they are not even ants. Not even qualified to be cannon fodder. Suddenly, the entire Chinese people felt extremely sad and gloomy. But this is just the beginning. Not long after the Drum Kingdom of Outer Mongolia declared war on China. Another country can't sit still. And this time, it is still an extremely powerful country. In peacetime, it is a bordering country that has good relations with China. Furry bear country. Yang Mi, my daughter catches ghosts. Scared millions of viewers. Author, Tianyi Madman. Chapter 132. This evening. For China, and even the whole world, it is a sleepless night. After Outer Mongolia declared war on China, Mao Zedong also stood up. And he stood up righteously. It is said that all countries in the world are one family, and China is now so full of spiritual energy that it should not be closed to itself. No matter how much you, ordinary people, practice, you will never be able to break through to the innate realm. It would be better to open the country so that practitioners from other countries can also come into contact with the purest and richest spiritual energy of heaven and earth. This wave of operations. This is something that the Chinese people did not expect. They thought that the first ones to be unsettled would be Western countries such as Rice Country, Eagle Country, Fat Country, and Italy. Never thought about it? But it is the Outer Mongolia Drum Country and the Maoxiang Country. However, Kong Yunzheng, Zhang Jiwei and others were not surprised by this. As a powerful country in the past, the Bear Country has been suffering for too long in recent years. I have been subjected to various sanctions and suppressions, but I dare not resist on a large scale. It's because the practitioner's strength cannot keep up with others. Now, the spiritual energy on the Chinese side is full, giving them a little bit of light. According to their character, they are naturally dissatisfied. You know, a few decades ago, their predecessor, Sulian, betrayed China once. They also contributed to the independence of Outer Mongolia. They don't have any psychological pressure to do something like this again. We had good relations with Huaxia before. It's just because they really can't offend so many people, and the Chinese nation is famous for being easy to talk to and follow the golden mean. Now, discovered that there was an opportunity to recreate the glory of the 08 Bear Empire. They broke up with each other without any courtesy. But, this is still just the beginning. The Maoxiang Kingdom and the Outer Mongolia Drum want to join forces to invade China. Will other countries just sit back and watch the fight between tigers and tigers? Won't. Less than half an hour passed. The dove occupies the magpie's nest, and the rice country, eagle country, and pho country are cultivating in the Asin country. It was also announced that they will join hands to enter China at the same time tomorrow. Their wording is relatively rigorous. He just said that he wanted to come to China to visit and watch the battle. But anyone can know their wolfish ambitions. I just want a piece of the pie. This time the interval was even shorter, less than 10 minutes. Practitioners from Taiguo, Malaysia, Singapore, and ISE. They also responded to this action online. And then, Odalia, Danmei, White Bear Country, Aji, Moxie, Moro. Wait until early in the morning. Even North Korea, Pakistan, and other countries that have always had good relations with China have also spoken out in response. They had to respond. Because almost all countries in the world, no matter how big or small, whether they were neutral before or not, are participating in this matter this time. In addition to Sakura country, Asin country, and Bangsa country. These three countries, there is no movement, and no one cares. Just because of them, they already exist in name only at this time. Not even an innate state. Haha, there are 233 countries in the world. Except for the 3 that were destroyed before, the remaining 330 countries all want to invade China. It really made me laugh to death. Stayed up all night? From the anger at the beginning, to the fear later, to the numbness now, I really don't care anymore. Destroy, destroy. If there is an afterlife, he will come to the flower growers and kill them one by one. I wanted to say before that if the opening of Suanmen this time will trigger a third, worldwide war. But I never thought that the final battle would be like this. The whole world wants to destroy us, China. Where is our Dongfeng Express? If it doesn't work, just launch it. Let the whole world bury China with us. Brother upstairs, you are so stupid and naive. Nowadays, there are tens of thousands of innate practitioners around China. There are probably dozens or hundreds of innately destructive realms, maybe even more. Do you think Dongfeng Express can really deliver? Yes. They are all around China now. You can't destroy yourself by yourself. Even if they want to die together, judging from the combat power of the little curry before, Dongfeng Express probably won't be able to work. What to do? Why hasn't the master of the door come back yet? Only he may be able to save China from dire straits again. It doesn't matter if you come back or not. It's okay if he still has a plan. Aren't Asin Kingdom and the others in the past also part of the master's plan? Planning? What kind of plan is this? Today's China is a cursed place. We don't even have an innate person. Even if the master of the sect has great talents and strategies, it will be in vain if he has no soldiers or generals to use. It's frustrating, it's so frustrating. It was okay when I didn't know about it before, but now I know about the various encounters and oppressions we have experienced in the spiritual community in China for so many years. Looking at everything that has happened recently, I feel so aggrieved. Who is riding a horse? The only fault is that we, China, are cursed. If I knew who the person who cursed our China was, I would in turn curse him for 100,000 years. At this time, the number of people online in the Suanmen live broadcast room has exceeded the world record countless times and set new highs in succession. Yesterday night, whenever a country declared war, there will be a large influx of melon-eating people from abroad. Today, the number of online viewers in the entire live broadcast room has reached more than 500 million. This is just the number of devices, and many of them are watching on the same device, quite literally. All over the world, men and women, young and old. Basically everyone is paying attention to this live broadcast room, paying attention to every move here. After all, this is China, this is the whole world. At 12 o'clock at noon, the place is ready to start war and invade. They also wanted to see what this unprecedented and famous scene would look like. Various languages and remarks crazily occupied the barrage area and comment area. As the hosts, the Chinese people are naturally among them. It's just that they are different from those foreign melon-eating people who watch the excitement and don't mind it. The emotional atmosphere of the Chinese people at this moment is extremely depressed and desolate. The whole world wants to put China to death. How can the emotions of the Chinese people be so high? 8 o'clock in the morning. China, Badaling Great Wall, above the city wall. Yang Mi, Dili Riba, Bai Lu, Zhao Liang, Lu Yifei, Lu Shishi, Tang Yan, 7 beautiful figures stood quietly. Behind. It is the old man Kong Yun's Hung, and Zhangji, the old master of heaven, and the old man Kunlun Hizotao and others. The master of the door. Still no news. Mr. Kong Yun Sheng Kong asked. Like other people in China, he put all his hopes on Zhou Yi, the master of Suanmen whom he had never met before. Now, the whole world is coveting China. He only wants to invade China. Apart from that man, he really can't think of anyone who can turn the tide once. No. Yang Mi shook her head, Dai Mei also he couldn't help but frown slightly. Today, her plain robe has turned into bright silver armor. It was as if the god Bai Qian had stepped out of a movie or TV show. Standing on the Great Wall, she looks like a heroic female general. Little October and Little 11 have been trying to find a way to meet him in their dreams these days. But he couldn't sense it, he had signs of being in a dream. I don't know, what on earth is he busy with? Why don't you even have time to sleep? Before, he liked to sleep most. Dilruba on the side also spoke. The white hooded wedding dress on her body gave her a sense of mystery. But there was also a deep sense of sadness and worry in her words. Lu Yifei, Lu Shishi, and the same is true for Tang Yan and others. When the people of China are worried about China because the whole world has declared war, several of them are still worried about the safety of their own men. This is the 9th, oh my God. Those 537 men haven't shown up yet, and not even a little bit of news has been delivered. How can they not worry about it? I heard the responses of Yang Mi and Dili Riba. Mr. Kong Yun's Hung and Mr. Zhang Jiwei the Celestial Master and others, the faces of the Chinese people are even more sad. The atmosphere of the Chinese people in the live broadcast room is also even more depressed. They are going crazy. The master of the sect will not show up this time. The whole world is, he is watching eagerly, wanting to destroy China and rob China of its cultivation resources. If he doesn't show up, or, in other words, his strength is not enough to settle all this, China, I'm afraid it will really be doomed. And it will be completely over. The kind that is finished. With the lessons learned from China sleep but awakening before. They will never allow China to have any possibility of rising again. They will definitely eradicate it. 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, as time passed bit by bit. The time when armies of practitioners from all over the world invaded China. It's getting closer. The mood of the Chinese people has been suppressed to the limit and then the limit. The expressions of Yang Mi, Dili Riba, Bai Lu, Zhao Liang, and others also became more and more cautious. That man still didn't show up. From what Yang Mi, Dili Riba, and others know about him, he is not the kind of person who likes to be in the spotlight. He had to wait for everyone to start fighting before he fell from the sky and shocked everyone. If possible, he will definitely come out in advance to give everyone a sense of security and not let anyone worry. And now, he still hasn't appeared. Most likely, he won't even show up today. This made Yang Mi, Dili Riba Lu Shishi and others, even more worried. He won't be in any danger. China's current predicament, how should we get through it? You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Yang Mi, my daughter catches ghosts. Scared millions of viewers. Author, Tianyi Madman. Chapter 133. China time, 11:55 noon. There are only 5 minutes left before Outer Mongolia declares war on China. That man, still didn't show up. Above the Great Wall. Yang Mi, Dili Riba, Lu Yifei, Lu Shishi, Bai Lu, Tang Yan, Zhao Liang and others. I have been standing here since morning. It was as if it was ancient times and they were about to face an siege. They, as well as Mr. Kong Yun's Hung and others, were the soldiers guarding the city. It's just, the dilemma that China has to face this time. But compared with every battle with traces in history, it was more dangerous and more tragic. One country faces one world. It sounds like such an unrealistic scenario. But it's really happening. Why hasn't the sect master shown up yet? He is our life-saving straw in China. I've been praying to God for a long time. Guess what? I worshipped, but the statue of Guanyin Bodhisattva broke. Upstairs, don't be alarmist. Although the door to the spiritual practice world has been opened now, yours is still feudal superstition, right? Is it such a coincidence? The Guanyin statue that my mother worshipped just now also broke inexplicably. But I feel that it should be a problem of being too old. The Sanking statue in our Taoist temple, also has cracks. Damn it, what the hell is going on? I didn't take it seriously at first. The Maitreya Buddha I wore around my neck was broken just now. Don't scare me, I'm already panicked, but you're doing this again. After hearing what you said, I even went to see the god of wealth enshrined in my home. Surprisingly, it even cracked. What the hell is this? It's over. What happened to us in China? Do we have the feeling that blessings never come alone and misfortunes never come alone? Is it because of the curse? Are we not just a cursed nation, but a nation abandoned by the gods? A question of probability must be a question of probability. Stop talking, you have to believe in science, forget it, you have to believe in Taoism. The Chinese people in the live broadcast room are already messy enough. Unexpectedly, people have reported one after another that, the statues of Bodhisattva, Buddha, god of wealth and other worshipped gods in their own homes have cracks or even broken directly. This is undoubtedly adding insult to injury. This has made the people of China feel even more depressed, fearful, and uneasy. But this is not over yet. On the walls of the Badaling Great Wall. Click. There was a crisp sound. Master Long Hushan, the hosta on his head suddenly broke. Heavenly Master, what is going on? This hosta is the treasure left by Heavenly Master Zhang Daoling in Longhu Mountain Heavenly Master's mansion. It is said to be something that was inspired by the ancestor of the immortal family of the Taoist section. It is impervious to water and fire, and the sword cannot leave any trace. Why did it break inexplicably? Next to old Heavenly Master Zhang Jiwei, a Heavenly Master from Longhu Mountain said in great horror. Several other Heavenly Masters, including old Heavenly Master Zhang Jiwei himself, looked at the hosta that broke inexplicably and fell to the ground. Their faces were also filled with surprise and disbelief. But before they could say anything, wow! The abbot of Shaolin Temple not far away. The jet-black rosary in his hand also broke inexplicably. One by one, the black beads fell to the ground. Then suddenly turned into dust and debris on the ground. But what on earth is going on? This rosary was originally obtained by the Buddhist master Xianzang from the Asin kingdom. It is said that it is a treasure consecrated by Buddha. There has been no problem for many years, how could it suddenly break? And it's broken. Beside the abbot of Shaolin Temple, there was an old monk in the Xiantian realm. Seeing the scene of the black rosary breaking, his expression of wonder and horror was even worse than that of the Heavenly Master just now. But now there is no one paid attention to his facial expression. Because after the hosta and rosary beads were broken, many treasures and magic tools in other people's hands also had various problems. From minor cracks to severe ones, they were directly broken or even completely broken. Destroyed and turned into powder. For a moment, many practitioners at the scene were all stunned. And the audience in the live broadcast room were even more panicked and collapsed. Just now in the live broadcast room, some people had already exploded. Similar news. Many people still don't believe it. Unexpectedly, now, even the inherited treasures of Tianqi Mansion and the inherited rosary of Shaolin Temple have similar problems. What on earth is going on? China. It won't really become a cursed land and a god-forsaken land. It's not enough to have one reverse buff. Just two reverse buffs? It won't let people live. Several deputy heads. What's going on? The sect master, has he deduced such a situation? Mr. Kong Yun's Hung, holding a broken jade pendant in his hand, asked Yang Mi, Zhao Liang, and others. The others also pricked up their ears. The sudden change. It's really unbelievable. They are really I want to know. What is going on? We don't know why. Yes. My husband, although he deduced a lot of things, he did not mention this matter. It's been too long. I'm afraid, husband, he won't be able to deduce it to a few days later. Yang Mi, Diliriba, and others shook their heads and said. Everyone who didn't get the answer was even more confused. They also all had a very bad premonition. After all, the war was imminent. Many people's inherited magic weapons suddenly cracked. It's shattered. This is definitely not a good sign. Before they can figure out the reason. China time, 12 noon, here it is. Buzz buzz. Obviously. Practitioners from more than 200 countries around the world have long been ready to go. The moment the time has just arrived. Vibrating sounds of various energies came from the surrounding heaven and earth. It is endless and endless. Looking around, into the endless sky ahead. All kinds of true energy brilliance rose into the sky. Some people were walking in the air, some were walking with swords, and some were walking with various birds and beasts under their feet. The scene was simply not too spectacular. Not long after. Many practitioners in China. He was surrounded by practitioners from all over the world. Everyone also saw for the first time, the real power of all practitioners around the world. Online viewers from other countries did not respond much to this. The people of China are even more desperate. The kind of suffocating despair that sinks to the bottom of the abyss. Originally, according to everyone's calculations, there are only a few thousand innate practitioners in the world at most. The real situation is, even in the country of rice, there are already more than 10 practitioners of heavenly cultivation. I didn't know they had so many before. In the past few days, after using the spiritual energy of heaven and earth in a Sun kingdom to break through a large number, it became like this. There are a little fewer people in the woolly bear country, but there are still about 700 or 800 people. Even the small border country of Outer Mongolia has more than 200 practitioners of the innate realm. No wonder they dare to show up. According to Ling Ling's total estimate, there are probably more than 10,000 Xiantian realm practitioners in the world, and it may even approach the 20,000 mark. This makes China, which has only more than 100 innate practitioners. In front of these people, he looked extremely weak and vulnerable. The main thing is, these countries are not the only ones with innate realm practitioners. They also have innate experts in the delusion realm. Although it's not much, it's not much. Among them, 3 of the Outer Mongolian drums are innate. The top 4 innates in the Maoxiang kingdom. The top 6 innates in the country of rice. There are also 3 innate superiors in Taiguo, 2 innate superiors in Xinjiapo, all the innate superiors in all countries combined. There are 39. It doesn't sound like a big number, but when you think about it, innately superior to the realm of delusion, the combat power that can destroy the heaven and the earth at every turn. This number becomes very scary. You know, back then, there was only one person in the little curry from a Sun kingdom who was in the Poluan realm. It almost caused the Chinese cultivation world to fall. If it weren't for Lu Shishi, Zhou Yi would have copied Red Nightshade's transformation technique. China was doomed that time. Nowadays, China's combat power is still the same. But there are a total of 39 innate realms of destruction that we have to face. How can one not despair? Ah! It's over, this horse riding is really going to end. Are there actually so many cultivators in the innate realm and the delusion-breaking realm above the innate realm? I'm really impressed with riding a horse. No more faces for these people. Although they are so strong, they still want to unite to bully our Chinese flower growers. Don't show your wealth in vain. In fact, I feel that that man has an unshirkable responsibility. That's right. Don't show your wealth in vain. How good he is, insisting on letting his daughter Xiao Shii and his wife Bai show off so many treasures and top-quality spiritual stones. As expected, they all flew away when disaster struck. Is someone starting to fight among themselves? We have arranged people for us in our childhood. Is it possible that we still have to endure it and not fight back? Blame Xiao Shii and Bai Lu for showing off their wealth. I think you have been kneeling for too long. Is it possible, these people have long wanted to attack our flower growers? I just couldn't find the opportunity and, got it? Absolutely. Let alone the spiritual practice world. In the secular world, hasn't the rice country been targeting and suppressing us flower growers? This time the Suanmen opens, they must have been planning for a long time. Is there a possibility that this is actually the master's plan? I always feel, he has been able to hide it for so many years, so he won't suddenly be unable to hide it. I also believe that the master of the sect must have his own plan. Just kidding, I am a super boss who can deduce the future and predict the future. Haha, all the hype can't cover up the fact that he hasn't shown up yet. Maybe, he's just a talker, but he doesn't have much ability. Damn it, there must be 500,000 walking upstairs. Did you come with the rhythm on purpose? Check his IP quickly. Facing countries all over the world. Tens of thousands of cultivators, and 39 innate and powerful people who can break the delusion realm. Such a luxurious and fierce formation. The Chinese people in the live broadcast room also started to get a little confused. Not to mention the online viewers from other countries, they were all saying sarcastic things like, China is going to end, China should surrender quickly, and other such sarcastic remarks. Yang Mi, Diliriba, and others were present at the scene. There are also more than 100 practitioners. At this moment, although he pretended to be calm, in my heart, there was also a storm. After all, this time, the army of cultivators who invaded China, 10, were really too fierce. Let people watch, there is no chance of winning. Yang Mi, my daughter catches ghosts. Scared millions of viewers. Author, Tianyi Madman. Chapter 134. When did these sons of bitches become so strong? That little John from the country of America, when I first met him, I beat him to the point of crying. I didn't expect that he would become an innate delusion state. It's really sad, deplorable, and ridiculous. Who says it's not, Odalia's innately delusional realm? At the last practitioner exchange conference, you even wanted to worship me as your teacher. Now, forget it, just don't mention it. Cursed place. Who the hell is this, who cursed us China? After letting me know the truth, I will not let him go even if I am a ghost. As old as you are, forget it. Can curse our entire Chinese nation, How can such a person be the same generation as you? In front of others, we may not even be qualified to be ants. Don't say any curses, God has abandoned you. This predicament before us is the top priority. There are too many Chinese dogs trying to deal with us. So what can I do more or less? The worst thing I can do is just try my best. A few days ago, I was ready to die. No panic at all now. People die and birds fly to the sky, afraid of a ball. I'm just a little angry, this is so unfair. Why are we cursed? Why can't we break through the innate realm? Above the Great Wall, many practitioners in China faced the siege of nearly 20,000 people. Each one's eyes were red, and their faces were filled with unwillingness and anger. However, the many practitioners around them were not in a hurry to take action. Just like all the people in China, Zhou Yi, the master of Suanmen, is regarded as a life-saving straw. For practitioners from all over the world, this mysterious man is also a deterrent. Until now, that man has not shown up. 670. The people of China are panicked. These enemies who come to invade China are also a little panicked. After all, the unknown is the scariest thing. That's why. After they come, they will look at it intentionally or unintentionally. Everyone in the outer Mongolian drum kingdom is just waiting for them to take action first and see what happens on the Chinese side. This makes many practitioners of the outer Mongolian drum very depressed. What the hell? We have already taken the lead and declared war on China. You guys, they all responded one after another. When they arrived at the scene, they actually asked us to be the first to take the lead. And then you just watched from the sidelines, depending on the situation? Shameless. You can't be so shameless. The three people headed by the Outer Mongolia Drum Kingdom, that is, the three innate strong men in the delusion realm. They looked towards the Maoxiang Kingdom for help. Then they discovered that the big brother they relied on, everyone was looking at them intently, as if they were in a state of trance. The meaning is obvious. They just want to wait and see. They want Outer Mongolia to take a front position. For practitioners from all over the world, it is an act that wants to push themselves to the forefront. Many practitioners in Weimangu are very angry, but there is nothing they can do. After all, it was indeed him, who couldn't sit still and took the lead in declaring war on China. In the end, the three leaders walked through the air and reached the front of the crowd. I am a fool, I dare to act and take responsibility. Today we are here to declare war on China. Now in your country, the aura of heaven and earth is extremely rich. I am cursed, Ayak, and cannot break through my innate nature. But not allowing other practitioners to enter. It's unjustifiable both emotionally and rationally. The person who spoke was an old man with short stature and extremely thick hair. He looked extremely funny. He looked like an oval-shaped stuffed toy. But this stuffed toy was a bit rough and ugly. He is the leader of the spiritual community of the Outer Mongolia Drum Kingdom, Bader. The real Khan of the Outer Mongolia Drum Kingdom. He. If we open the country, let you people come to China to practice at will. Will you be able to live in peace? Do you dare to swear that you will not harm everyone in China? Regarding Batel's high-sounding reasons, Yang Mi, who was dressed in military uniform, retorted unceremoniously. Her words were full of contempt and disdain. Hypocrisy. So hypocritical. She is obviously the secretary of various classics who covets China. There are also all kinds of magic weapons in our hands, including top-quality spiritual stones. But we have to find an excuse for ourselves that we think is reasonable to declare war on other countries. This is because we have followed the Chinese culture of rice. The secular world of rice country, I do this every time. But in fact, I just like other people's oil. In order to sell my own arms, I will sow discord and encourage others to start a war. Us. We do not have. Batel Khan, who played the Wei Mongolian drum, obviously did not learn any essence. Yang Mi was speechless after a few words and didn't know how to answer. In the country of America on the side, there is a cardinal named John. But I can't stand it anymore. Why don't you dare? Those of us are just here to practice and pursue a higher realm. As long as you, China, agree to let us enter China at will without any obstruction. Of course we can swear not to harm anyone in China, not even a dog. Red Archbishop John promised swornly. He is the most powerful person in the cultivation world of the country of rice, and he is also the most powerful person in the realm of breaking the delusion. Yes. Why don't you dare? We don't have any hostility in the first place. It's just you who hinder our cultivation. According to your common usage in China, this is the aura of heaven and earth of people all over the world, not your own aura of heaven and earth. Why not let us absorb and cultivate it? What happened to swearing? We did not come here to harm you Chinese people. I just want to practice. Archbishop John is right. We can swear not to harm any person or dog in China. With the leadership of the Red Archbishop John, many practitioners around him suddenly became enlightened and responded one after another. Swear. Yes. I'm afraid of swearing. Mao. In this life, what we are least afraid of is swearing. How many things has the country done to violate its oaths? Even various treaties and contracts are torn up as soon as they say it. It is not still the most powerful country in the world. A country? Or, maybe it is because of this shamelessness that they have become the most powerful country in the world. As long as China dares to let us in, we are afraid that we will not be able to get the best spiritual stones, and we will not be able to get the secret technique of cultivating the power. If you swear, you must swear. If you do it, it must be done. This is just great. After being tortured like this, the practitioners in Weimingu were even more embarrassed. He took the lead in declaring war on China. In the end, he was put on the shelf again and continued to be the leader. Take the lead, take the lead. I wanted to learn from the shameless style of the rice country and find an excuse for myself. But Yang Mi, the deputy head of Suanmen from China, was speechless with a few words. That's all. At this time, the country of rice made some sarcastic remarks on the side. Resolve China's problems invisibly. Isn't this simply embarrassing us? It means, we learn from the American country how to be shameless and shameless. Haven't learned anything yet? But the matter is not over yet, when practitioners from all over the world respond to the shameless remarks of the rice country. Yang Mi was unhurried and looked calm. A ring between her fingers lit up slightly. In Yang Mi's hand, there was a scroll with a very simple texture. Okay. Since you are willing to make an oath of heaven, then write your names on this scroll. This scroll is a contract from heaven that my husband accidentally obtained. As long as you sign it, it will be recognized by heaven. If there is any violation, heavenly punishment will be imposed immediately, and the souls of those who violate the contract will be driven away. Yang Mi said with a chuckle, looking at everyone. In the end, it stayed with the Red Archbishop named John in the country of America. The Red Archbishop, who just looked indifferent and wanted to take the lead in taking the oath, now panicked. He never expected it. There is such a thing in Yang Mi's hand. You can swear whatever you want, of course we dare. Make a contract with heaven? What's the difference between this and killing us directly? How? Archbishop John, don't you dare. Yang Mi sneered and looked at the leader of the cultivation world of the Maoxiang kingdom again, Emperor Puluo. Emperor Puluo has always called himself a real man and a tough guy. For the first time in his life, he dared not look directly at others after being criticized. The eyes, and the person who dared not look directly at her was still such a young woman. Suddenly, the atmosphere in this world was filled with embarrassment and shame. Although everyone came to besiege China, Everyone also knew that, the current situation is being broadcast live all over the world, being manipulated into this by such a young Chinese woman. How embarrassing is it for us old monsters who have lived for hundreds of years? It's just, when everyone is deeply trapped in at this embarrassing time, no one noticed. Among the many practitioners in China, somewhere, a space flickered like water waves. Then, inexplicably, there was an extra figure, a figure that made the whole world, the figure that has been eagerly awaited but has never been seen. Yang Mi, my daughter catches ghosts. Scared millions of viewers. Author, Tianyi Madman. Chapter 135. Haha, I laughed to death. Aren't these people just and righteous enough to say they dare to swear? Why did you get so scared when you heard about the oath of heaven, and that if you break the oath, you will be punished by heaven? You still don't understand the urinary nature of these bitches, especially those in the rice country. What they are best at is tearing up treaties, but no one could punish them before. Now that the law of heaven is in front of them, how can they dare to be so arrogant? Damamai is mighty. The master of the sect is so powerful, let these shameless villains no longer have any high-sounding excuses. I couldn't help but think of that scene and those words, I have never seen such a shameless person. Haha. Although we, China, are in danger, but letting these people reveal their true colors of being so despicable and shameless is a great relief. If it weren't for me, Hwasya, I don't know who would have been cursed by me. How dare these young people be so presumptuous? Well, no more talking, no more talking, no matter what the outcome is today. We are also a country, challenging a world. Worth it? That is. Unless they, these bastards, wipe us all out. Otherwise one day, we will rise again. Chinese viewers in the live broadcast room. Because Yang Mi alone has caused a big scene in the world. There was so much excitement and the atmosphere became a lot more lively. It's not that they are really not afraid of death, but they have discovered that fear is useless. Things are already like this, and the attitude of these people just now has already explained everything. No matter what the situation, they will never give up. Simply, let nature take its course. As for the online viewers from other countries, they are a little embarrassed at this time. After all, the people Yang Mi criticized, also included their country. As a human being, he still has a little sense of shame. But thing. Still not over. How? Don't you dare to sign. Haha, actually, this is not some kind of heavenly contract. It's just a random graffiti by my husband. I might as well open it for you and take a look. Yang Mi said with a smile, opened the scroll in her hand, and threw it into the air casually. The seemingly ordinary scroll swelled up in the wind, and opened in mid-air on its own. In the end, a row of dragons and phoenixes dancing. Big characters appear in front of everyone. Thousands of monks surrounded Huaxia, but not one of them was a man. When they saw this word, everyone present was stunned. Especially the Red Archbishop of the Rice Country and Emperor Puluo of the Bear Country. I just feel it on my face. He received another loud slap in the face. What does it mean? This is humiliating us. What we just said does not mean what we said. We dare not make the oath of heaven. Are we not even considered men? That's too much. It's really too much of a lie. Just now we have become disgraced and have lost all face. Why can't this matter be solved? Is it over or not? But in shock, the expressions of these people suddenly changed, because they thought of a more serious problem. Is this scroll left by that mysterious man, Zhou Yi? It would be okay if Yang Mi and the others prepared it. The most I can do is to be humiliated one after another. If that man stayed, doesn't it mean that he might have anticipated today's situation? Think of this possibility. I don't know how many people there were, but they were all panicking. No way. Although the man named Zhou Yi has never shown his face so far. Everyone knows him only by his name. But, a series of things that happened during this period were all related to him. Let him be in the hearts of many practitioners. It is simply a mysterious and unknown horror. How can we not panic? 3. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Yang Mi, my daughter catches ghosts. Scared millions of viewers. Author, Tianyi Madman. Chapter 136. Ah! Damn, this reversal caught me off guard. It turns out that the heavenly contract or something is fake. Haha, this slap in the face hurts. Not only is it very loud, but it is also very painful. So many practitioners around the world have been fooled around by Damami. The words on this scroll are the most painful slap in the face. Thousands of monks surrounded Huaxia, but not one of them was a man. It means that the Red Archbishop of the Rice Country and the Great Emperor Puluo of the Bear Country are all women. It's such a dirty word, but I like it so much. I had no idea the scroll was fake. I didn't even guess the word 240 in it. Is this really what our sect master left behind? Could it be that Damami wrote it in advance? Damami probably didn't know before that there would be tens of thousands of monks coming to besiege China. During the live broadcast before, they all thought that there would only be a few thousand people at most. Damn it, I was tricked by that man again. He must have deduced the future and predicted all this. Wait, I suddenly thought of a question while riding my horse. If he really predicted the current scene, doesn't it mean that he has a way to solve China's predicament? Damn it, yes. If this scroll is really left by that man, he definitely has other plans and arrangements. The master of the door is awesome. The master of the gate is mighty. I knew that the master of the sect would not just watch the fall of China. Haha, now you don't blame the sect master anymore? You guys are so hypocritical. Unlike me, I have always believed in all the arrangements made by the sect master, and he is the only one who follows the lead. So, Lord Sect Master, can you promote me to an inner disciple? Damn it, you are so shameless upstairs. Lord Sect Master, look at me too. I am your most loyal and devout believer. Because of the writing on this banner. In the live broadcast room, the enthusiasm of the Chinese people has heated up a lot again. And at the scene, all the practitioners looked at the banner in mid-air, one by one, with strange expressions on their faces. Sister Me. Is this really the word left by our husband? In other words, he had already predicted that there would be tens of thousands of monks besieging China today. Did he say anything at that time? How to break the situation or something? Among the 7 fairies of Suanmen, Bai Lu has the most impatient personality. She immediately ran in front of Yang Mi, took Yang Mi's hand, and asked urgently. Well, this is indeed the scroll left by our husband, right? But the words on it were not like that at that time. Otherwise I wouldn't be so surprised. I remember, he was coaxing little 11 to play, and he got a scroll from somewhere, and the two of them scribbled on it for a while. Except for a bunch of ink marks, there is no prototype of any words at all. At that time, he also said, let me collect it, it will definitely be of great use in the future. But I didn't take it seriously and just threw it aside. A few days ago, in the treasure box and storage ring he left for me, I found this scroll again. When I opened it, it still looked like a mess. I just had an idea, and I'm going to use it to deceive these old things. Who would have thought? The words in it turned out to be like this. Yang Mi said with a bit of laughter and tears. At this time, she was also confused. And after hearing Yang Mi's words, everyone was even more confused and shocked. This scroll is really that one left by a man? Then he had predicted today's scene before, and he couldn't be wrong. No. Not only did he predict that tens of thousands of monks from all over the world would besiege China. He even predicted that Yang Mi would take him. What kind of heavenly contract is this scroll supposed to be used to deceive and slap in the face tens of thousands of monks from all over the world? So with the above sentence, another wave of secondary blows was given to those people. The unknown is unknown. 0.7 Another prophet. How many things has this guy foreseen and how many arrangements has he made? But why hasn't he appeared yet? But how could everyone have thought of it? The one they have been longing for. The man, is standing behind everyone now, thinking about how to squeeze in? But he is clearly standing there. But he seems to be standing in the void, standing outside the three realms and five elements. It will not attract the attention of the people around him at all. Attention. As if he couldn't see him. Yang Mi, my daughter catches ghosts. Scared millions of viewers. Author, Tianyi Madman. Chapter 137. Battle Khan. I remember you said, at 12 noon, you are going to declare war on China. It's been quite a while now. With a gloomy face, he looked at the scroll in mid-air. John, the Red Archbishop of the United States, reminded him coldly. Obviously, he was very angry, but he didn't want to make the first move. He could only leave the outside world. The Mengu people were pushed to the front. Bartle and others from the Weimengu naturally knew what the Red Archbishop was thinking. But what could they do? It was already embarrassing enough to be angered by Yang Mi just now. If you still remain submissive now and don't dare to take action, 09 will only cause more humiliation. Buzz buzz. The sound of trembling spiritual energy from heaven and earth sounded. In the direction of the outer Mongolia Drum Kingdom, 3 dark green light pillars soared into the sky. Battle and 2 other innate experts in the delusion realm. The true energy around him is all stirring and unquenchable. In their hands, 3 identical dark green spears appeared. And under the crotch of the 3 people, 3 horses appeared. There is a single horn on the head and 2 wings on the back. A ghost war horse wrapped in a black iron frame. The dark green eyes and horn of the war horse, paired with the pale white wings of the war horse, are like balls of will-o'-the-wisps. It makes people look a little shocked. What's even more heart-stopping is, the 3 dark green spears forming a pillar of light that reaches the sky. It seemed that there were various sounds of ghosts crying, wolves howling, and fighting coming from inside. It's like it contains thousands of troops. This scene made countless practitioners present feel their hearts pounding. To know. Everyone is in an innate state. These 3 people just took out their war horses and weapons. Just let the tens of thousands of Xiantian realms present keep beating drums in their hearts, which shows how powerful its deterrent power is. The practitioners here in China are okay. After all, I have seen the little curry from a Sun kingdom before. We know how terrifying the Pohuan realm above the innate realm is, but the innate realm of other countries. This is the first time for many people to see the innate realm of breaking the illusion and take action. Really scared. The innate realm is very strong, but only the individual is strong. How come these innate delusion realms are not only strong themselves, but can also affect the world around them? Suddenly, everyone looked at the 3 Bader Khans from outer Mongolia. It really felt like I had entered an ancient battlefield where battles and fighting continued. And these 3 people. They were the 3 most ferocious cavalry generals on that ancient battlefield. The spear in his hand harvested thousands, tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands of heads. No wonder Outer Mongolia is called a country on horseback. All practitioners in China, listen to this Khan. Give you one last chance. Now, immediately, kneel down and surrender to us. Maybe you still have a chance of survival, 070. Otherwise, don't blame me for destroying the Chinese cultivation world. Wherever I pass by, there will be no grass growing. Battle said, raising the spear high in his hand. In an instant, the sky seemed to be dyed dark green. The shadows of thousands of troops appeared in the air. No. That's more than that. It's an army of thousands. It's just a dark green spear in Batel's hand. It turned out to be a ghost army of at least 100,000 people. The sound of horse hooves, the sound of neighing, the sound of war drums, and the clanging of gold and silver. The sound resounded throughout the world, shaking everyone's eardrums and hearts. Yang Mi, my daughter catches ghosts. Scared millions of viewers. Author, Tianyi Madman. Chapter 138. Damn it! Do you really want to fight? This guy looks so fierce. It's over, this guy looks so strong. Across the screen, looking at the dense shadows of cavalry, I felt like life was like grass. Joke. That is the realm of breaking the delusion above the innate world. This is just the beginning. His true strength is definitely more than this. What happened? Why hasn't the sect master shown up yet? What plans does he have? It's now time, don't count on the master. He doesn't even know where he is. 100,000 cavalry, across the void, with a mighty momentum like a dragon. That picture really shouldn't be too shocking. Let the Chinese people in the live broadcast room. At this moment, everyone had their hearts in their throats. Yang Mi, Diliriba, Lu Shishi, and others were present at the scene. They also had solemn expressions on their faces. The survival of China depends on this. But they still can't see any turning point. Damn it, fight them. If you can fight one, you are a winner. If you can fight a pair, you will make a profit. That's right. Our goal is simple, kill as many innates as we can. If we can kill a few innates, we will make a profit. Old guys. Protect the deputy sect leader from retreating. If the sect leader returns one day, he will definitely avenge us. Mr. Kong Yunzheng, Mr. Kong, and Mr. Zhang Jiwei from the Tianqi mansion and others. His true energy was aroused, and he began to prepare for death again. They don't know what's wrong with them. They are obviously young and lively. Logically speaking, one should be scheming and manipulative. But these days, hot-blooded dramas and desperate plots are being released every day. Instead, it was the young boy named Zhou Yi, and his women, and even his 2 5 and 6-year-old daughters. Are you using strategies to attack your mind every day? Isn't this the other way around? But hot-blooded old men, although they are not young, they are really hot. At this age, there are still people who can fight together. It looks pretty good, of course. This time, it's not just them. When the other party is ready to take action. Yang Mi, Lu Yifei, Diliriba, and others, also took out their various attack weapons, ready to join the battle at any time. Bai Lu, Zhao Liang, and Tang Yan. Then he began to whisper in Lu Shishi's ear again. He just wanted to anger Master Lu and transform him. I don't know what they said. Master Lu hasn't transformed yet. The 4 girls all blushed terribly. His face was full of shyness and speechlessness. Needless to say, he knew that he must be talking about something related to that man. Just this time. Knowing this, their die-hard male fans have no intention of being jealous. China is at the point of life and death. That doesn't matter what love between children is. If that man could once again turn the tide and help the building from falling. Let him have a few more goddesses, so why not? Seeing, the army of practitioners from the outer Mongolia drum country are getting closer and closer. The soaring momentum dyed half of the sky dark green. The war is about to begin. A lazy but very familiar voice suddenly sounded in everyone's ears. Everyone give way. I'm going to start showing off. No. I'm here to stop these guys from coming to China to show off. This sound is not loud. But I don't know why, everyone present can hear it clearly. including battle and others who are charging towards me, as well as those from the rice country who are watching the battle thousands of meters away. Nyo Di Hao, and the practitioners of the bear country. They all heard this sentence at this time. It was as if it was in their own ears. For a moment, everyone's expressions were different. Some were extremely frightened, as if they had seen a ghost. Some were astonished and looked in disbelief. Others were dazed and obviously did not realize what was going on. As for Yang Mi, Diliriba, and others people, first they all froze in place for a moment. Then, a look of extreme surprise appeared on their faces at the same time. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Yang Mi, my daughter catches ghosts. Scared millions of viewers. Author, Tianyi Madman. Chapter 139. Damn it! Who is speaking? Why does it sound a little familiar? How long has it been since we were all on horseback, and there are still people who want to show off? No. He wanted to stop those people from Waymangu from showing off. Who is bragging when riding a horse? Is there a possibility that the voice that just spoke was that of the sect leader we have never met before, Mr. Zhou Yizhu? Impossible. Absolutely impossible. That man is ridiculously powerful, and the way he appears must be extremely gorgeous and gorgeous. Not to mention making a big hole out of the sky. At least they have to be more awesome and coaxing than when Bailu and the others appeared on the stage. But that voice was really similar to when Damamai made the phone call before. Even the tone and accent are the same lazy style, but very full of magnetism. 950. That's right. As a voice control, I sit in bed every night, listening to the voice of the master. Ahem, anyway, I am very familiar with this voice, and I can't go wrong. Oh my God, sisters upstairs, you are so brave. I only do it a few times occasionally, but you do it every day. Go crazy. How long has it been? I still have the heart to race. Is the master of the sect returning? If it is really him, our Chinese nation, there should be help. It's definitely him. I'd say he can predict the future, so he won't fail to show up. The man's voice suddenly appeared. The hundreds of millions of Chinese people in the live broadcast room were all excited. Especially after some people swore that it was the sect leader Zhou Yi. I don't know how many people, in front of the mobile phone and computer, I jumped 3 feet high. But because of my recent practice, I couldn't control the strength for a while. I hit my head on the ceiling. I almost knocked myself into the head shape of Tathagata Buddha. China, battling Great Wall, above the city wall. Yang Mi, Diliriba, and others are ready to challenge at any time. The excitement at this time. More passionate and crazier than anyone else. Who is speaking? Husband. Is our husband back? Zhou Yi is the stinky man. Finally knew I was back. This bad guy. I was really worried to death. I thought he was trapped somewhere. Achph, me too. This is the first time that I haven't been tormented by any stinky man for so long. Cough cough. Several girls chatted in low voices, and then began to look around for the man. Just now, was that the voice of the sect master just now? Why can't I only hear his voice but not see his person? Master, where are you? The master of the sect is not just transmitting messages from thousands of miles away, he is not here yet. Master Kong Yun's Hung, Master Zhang Jiwei and others were not sure about anything at first. After discovering the strange behavior of Yang Mi, Lu Yifei, and others, they became frightened and believed the fact in their hearts. The legendary mysterious man, Zhou Yi, the master of Suanmen, finally appeared. But, where are the others? Of course, it's not just these people. There are practitioners from more than 200 countries around. After hearing that voice, they basically with a preliminary judgment in hand, all eyes were also focused on the Chinese side, including the large army of monks from the Menghu kingdom who were rushing halfway through the air with murderous intent. At the signal of Batel Khan, they had to forcibly break. There's nothing you can do. The intimidation of that man is really too great. Even if they just hear the sound and haven't seen the person yet, it still makes them feel like they're in shock. It's unlucky, it's really unlucky to step on a horse. The most critical moment, that man is back after all. Yang Mi, my daughter catches ghosts. Scared millions of viewers. Author, Tianyi Madman. Chapter 140. At this moment, Battle was in a panic. Very panic. It even feels like I want to pee my pants. This is absolutely unprecedented for the Menghu people who conquer the world on horseback. Only because that mysterious man, the man named Zhou Yi, may really be back. If we say that in today's world, there is only one person who can make Batel, the real Khan of Menghu Kingdom, so fearful in his heart. That's the Book of Changes. Even the country of rice. Battle is not empty now. At least we still have 3 innately powerful people in the delusion realm. If you fight hard, it's not certain who will win. But that man was different. He has created too many miracles during this time. It can even be described as a miracle. If you say that before that man comes back, you first get the treasures he left behind, such as the best spiritual stones, and further reach the concentration realm, or even the void realm, Barter would not be so panicked. This is also the reason why he risked the disapproval of the world. Take a gamble. After so long, the man didn't show up. Maybe he just can't show up. I won't be so unlucky. Who would have thought that I seemed to be so unlucky? That man was at this critical moment. It really happened. Practitioners from other countries around the world. I have the same thoughts now. When I heard that man's voice that was neither cold nor indifferent, neither urgent nor slow, full of magnetism. I don't know how many people have various thoughts passing through their minds. Zhu Yi. In their hearts, it is an unimaginable horror. Although, he is alone. A real person, said to be in his 20s. And so many women, and 2 daughters. Just like the many philandering carrots in the secular world, there is no difference. I'm just looking for a woman who is taller in terms of looks and figure. But various bizarre events occurred during this period. The image created by him who has never shown up is no longer the scope of a person. There are even shadows of legendary gods. There are countless people who have analyzed and guessed that he is a god. At least he is as powerful as a land god. Practitioners all over the world, how can we not be afraid? After all, in today's world, the strength of practitioners is pitifully suppressed. Now, because of Master Lu in red, after breaking the sky with one arrow, many people have broken through to the realm of breaking the delusion above the innate. This is far different from gods or land gods. If he was really that terrifying, wouldn't he have wiped out everyone in a matter of minutes? Everyone was panicked. Everyone is looking forward to it. But that voice appeared for a long time. No one saw it yet, but a new figure appeared in the sky. For a moment, the practitioners on the Chinese side and the audience in the live broadcast room all felt their hearts sink slightly. Lord Sect Master, it's not like he really didn't come, it was just a voice. Or could it be said that the voice just now was disguised as the voice of the Sect Master? Want to scare off enemies? But the enemy is not that stupid, how can it be that simple? Many practitioners from other countries. In addition to the fear, there was a glimmer of hope. They don't want that man to really show up or come back. But just at this moment, the voice sounded again. Hey, these old grandpas and grandmas in front of me. Can you put away your true energy and weapons? I want to see my wife, but I can't squeeze in. I almost got a hole in my body because of you guys. He said, Let me be your Suanman sect master. Is this how you welcome our sect leader? That voice appeared again. This time, everyone finally heard the location of the sound. They whirred and turned around together. Until this moment. Only then did they realize that they were at the very back of the crowd. I don't know when, there was an extra figure. Inch.